We're buying a car. We know the total price, the end all price. Right, Daniel? What are you smiling about? The total is $16,368. We want to know its list price. We know we also have to pay sales tax. So I am looking for an equation that's going to give me the list price. It will have the list price in it, but it also is going to have everything relevant to help me find and solve for that list price. Any ideas? Put the phones away, people. Put the phones away. Yes, Shaggy.
Would it be divide the 368 by 6.6?
Well, let's think about it. So if I take a full price of the car and I divide it by a very small percentage, what would that get me?
The sales tax?
The price before you said that? The car? Oh, you do the price before you said
I'm going to say no.
I don't know.
Okay. But you tried. I appreciate that. Anybody else? An idea? I saw your hand second. So, Jeremiah, what do you think? And we're just trying things here. So, all of you should be invested in trying to figure out how are we going to solve this problem.
Said 6.6 X to $16,368.
Okay, so Jeremiah is saying 6.6x. Did you say equals?
Yes.
6.6x is equal to $16,398.
68.
Oh, 68, my bad. Thank you. All right, so let's think about this. 6.6 is what again? Is that the tax itself? Is it $6.60 times? It's a percentage, right?
Right.
So what do I do with a percent? Turn it into a decimal or a fraction. But if it is 6.6%, how do I change percent to a decimal again? All I heard was you gotta like what? You move it to the right or to the left. Okay, yeah, so 6.6%, is that going to be 660 or is that 0.066? You move it 2 places to the left. So if I take 6.6% times x, 0.066 times x, what does that get me? What is this expression represent? Well, you got to know. What is x? That is a great question. What are your thoughts, Vea? Okay, the list price. X is going to be the list price of the car. Very good. And what is this 0.066 times x? Total price of what? No. It's the sales tax multiplied by the list price, sales tax percent. So what is that expression then? It's the sales tax. Okay, what else do we know in this problem?
It equals $16,368.
That is my total, right? That is the total. So what do I have to do with this sales tax? They don't just say, here, you pay the sales tax and you can have the whole car. What do you have to pay for? You've already multiplied. You are multiplying 0.066 times the list price of the car. What else do you have to pay for then? What?
Divided by the 2.0.
Yeah, to cancel it.
Well, we're not solving yet.
Alright. So you guys-
Right now, we're saying the sales tax is equal to the total. That is not true. I need something else.
Regular.
I need the list price. Yes. So I need the list price, which is X for us, plus the sales tax equals the total. Is everybody with me on that? Is there anything else I should do?
No.
No. Just say no. Yes. Just say no. So what is X plus 0.066X? Can I combine those?
Yes.
Yes. This would be a 1 out front, right? So it is 1.066x. When I add these together, those are like terms, equals $16,368. Now how would I solve for x? Divide by 1.066, divide by 1.066. X, the list price is equal to, has anybody got a calculator?
Wait, 15. I don't know if I did it right.
16,368 divided by 1.066. Oh, I don't even have my cheat sheet up here.
16,354 and
60 cents because you ended up at 596, but we know we're talking about dollars and cents. So to the nearest cent, go next door, 5 or more, it goes up 1 to 60 cents. So this is the list price of the car in Arizona. In Arizona, okay? Are there questions about that? So you had to find the list price, which we didn't have, plus the sales tax, which is a percent, which we changed to a decimal, times that list price to equal the total. And then we added them together as like terms, 1.066 times X, divide by that, and we got the list price. Question. Let's think about this as we look at our next problem. New York, the sales tax is going to be even higher. The sales tax is going to be even higher. We know that the general procedure for this problem is still going to be list price plus sales tax equals the same total cost, right? So do you think the list price is going to be more expensive in New York or less expensive when the sales tax is higher? You are correct. Very good. All right. Can you put that together in a similar way and come up with the answer for the list price in New York? I bet you can, if you understood the first part. Miss Leia, are you with us? Okay. Pretty in pink today.
What else am I supposed to say?
So see if you can work on that second problem on your own in a similar fashion. Maybe I'll try to take some attendance. All right, Jamel is here, Leia's here. Chris is not, Ann is here, Vay is here. Leia is not, Daniel's here, Emmanuel's
What'd you
here.
say?
Daniel is
No,
here.
you said, I could have sworn you said Leia not here.
Lonnie.
Oh.
I meant to say Lonnie. I probably did say. Yes, Leia, you're here. I know that.
Yeah, I'm here.
Daniel, Emmanuel, Shauna. Shauna is not here. Destiny is here. Vandasia, Jasmine, Jaime, Sam, Mariania, Amani, Angel is here. Kiaria, Leah, Jeremiah. Aaron is here. Floyd, Destiny, Talon. Katera is not here. Zoe and Will. Okay. Listen, you guys are talking math. I love it. All right. Does anybody want to give me a general equation for what they have to start us off? How about somebody from the front table, front row? Always. I don't think you've talked for a while. Eh. Yeah, that was true. One day. Aaron, what do you think? I thought what? Can you give me an equation? Hey guys, let's listen up.
X plus 0.0825x equals 16,360.
Did I write that right? Yes. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, X is your list price. List price plus the tax gives us the total. All right, when I simplify, what do I get in my next line? Not everyone all at once.
You said what?
What do I get in my next line if I simplify?
1.0825x equals 16,000.
368 divide by 1.0825 divide by 1.0825 because we are trying to solve for X, the list price, and we get $15,120.55. Is that, well, I already erased the other one, darn it. Is that less than what we had for the first list price?
Yes.
Yes. And does that make sense? Because the sales tax costs more here. And if you have the same price, the sales tax goes up. That means the original list price has to go down, right? Any questions on B? All right, let's go to the harder one now. What would be the list price in a state where the sales tax is R? Sales tax is R. Maybe we're talking about a pirate, you know? R. She's like, don't go there. Don't do it. All right, well, how would we approach this problem? Do we give up?
Yeah.
No, never give up. It's the same basic premise, right? I need a list price. I can spell price, just barely. Plus the sales tax. Wow. Equals the total cost. What's my list price? No. X plus. How do I figure out the sales tax if it is R? Not quite. If my sales tax is R, I need to say it again. Well, it is a yes, or you could say it's R percent, which could be 0.0 R, or it could be R over 100. Because you're talking about percent, and percent means out of 100. Okay? So if I want to talk about this, you could say 0.0 R, because you take it 2 places to the left, correct? Times X equals my total $16,368. Okay, who was that? I have no idea who that was. Does anybody know? Huh? I know, but somebody unlocks my locked door and just goes like, I don't even know who yours like. Okay. All right. So if I combine these, what do I get? Are they like terms? They both have X at the end, right? Don't they? Yeah, this is 1X and this is 0.0RX. So putting this together, 1.0R times X equals $16,368. We are trying to solve for X. We're trying to figure out the list price. This is being multiplied by X, so I need to divide by 1.0R. You're like, none of this makes sense. You have to follow along with the process, okay? So divide by 1.0R. You got another one? Who's at 4? Right there. In the white sweatshirt. Or hoodie, my bad. Thank you. So this divides out, and I have X is equal to 16,368 divided by 1.0R. So you can either do this as 1 plus R hundredths is probably the best way to do that. Or 16,368 divided by, I don't have that just over here. I guess you probably could leave it as 1.1 plus 1.0R. We can't do anything more here, okay? There's nothing else we can do. We don't have the list price. We don't know what R is. But this is a formula where they could substitute in any amount of R, okay? And this would give you your price, your list price, okay? Any questions about that? I know it's a little weird, kind of weird. Yes? Not exactly like this, probably more like what we will be doing some tomorrow which is solving for a variable in terms of other variables. Like if you have 2 or 3 variables, can you pick one and simplify it to solve for that variable? Okay. All right, last question of the day. Now we need to solve for r from our answer above, which is right here. So we know that x is equal to $16,368 divided by 1.0 r. Or you could write it like this. But we want to solve for r. Right now, r is in what part of the fraction? The denominator. We do not want to get r in the denominator. We need to get it out of there. So what would you do first to get it out? Yeah, multiply by that denominator. So over here, multiply by 1.0 r. Over here, multiply by 1.0 r. That's going to simplify out. We get 1.0 r times x is equal to 16,368. We're trying to solve for r. If you remember, this r was 1 plus 0.0 r. Do you remember that? Okay. So I'm going to take that back to 1 plus 0.0 r. I'm trying to solve for r by itself. So what would you do next? Divide by x. Very good. These are 2 factors. This factor is joined together, so I'm going to leave that alone. Divide by x. Whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to do on the other. X's simplify out, and I get 1 plus 0.0 r equals 16,368 divided by x. What would you do next? We're trying to solve for r. Subtract 1. Subtract 1. 1's cancel out. So I have 0.0 r equals 16,368 divided by x minus 1. Okay. I need to solve for r to get r by itself. This is 0.0 r. Yes, because we want to get r by itself. This is like a decimal of it. It's r hundredths. Okay, another way to look at it would be like r hundredths this way mathematically. So you want to multiply by 100, which is going to move your decimal point 2 places over and give you r. So we multiply this whole thing by 100. The hundreds move the decimal place over, and I get r equals 100 times 16,368 divided by x minus 1. Now, I could simplify that a little bit and say this is 368 with 2 zeros divided by x. I'm just distributing this 100 minus 100. Yes. I would take either one of these. Okay. So, this is kind of, thank you. This is kind of putting this all together, trying to extract one variable in terms of other variables and other items, okay? Sean, you can sit right here if you want, at a full chair. I mean, if you want. This last part was pretty difficult. I don't think, as I recall, you will have anything like this quite for C and D on the test. But tomorrow we will get into, and this is just a really simple one, A equals L times W. You know, can you solve for W? Now this is a very simple one. So isolating W, you would divide by L, divide by L. So W equals A divided by L. That's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. Okay? All right. The good thing is I did record this. So you can see it, and I do have the notes. Any questions? Any questions, especially about the first two? Okay? And then the last two, that was a little bit more tricky because the sales tax was in terms of R. All right, tomorrow, mix and match day. I'm throwing down the tentacle. Bring it. Come on, you guys are the seniors, okay? You need to lead. So bring 2 different socks and wear them. Bring 2 different shoes. Do one side of your hair really slicked back. Do the other side all up in the air. Who knows? But bring it, okay? 2 different patterns. 2 different odd colors.